Hello there, and welcome to yet another edition of the SOHB Story podcast. Today, we have a man who, over the last more than 3 decades, been selling soap, stocks, and swagger, and only to realize that the best product is human imagination. So, without much ado, let me kind of welcome the man himself, and before anything else, wishing him a very, very happy birthday as well. Welcome to the SOHB Story podcast, Zahir Mirza. Thank you so much for doing this for us.
Thank you. Thank you, first of all, for having me on the show. And thank you for knowing, and this is really charming, that you have done a bit of research and knowing that it's my birthday. So thank you very much. And it's really touching to
I think it all begins with the heart and ends at the heart, right? So I think that's the least we could have done. So, and many, many, many more to come. All the very best. You've been doing some wonderful work, Zahir, over the years. And what I'm most curious to understand, so let's begin in that premise. What is the most difficult thing, if you do a and B, in terms of if I give you two options, convincing a client who's got a 150 crore budget, or getting the attention of a 21-year-old who's on doom scroll mode and very, very short at 7-second attention span. What is more challenging?
I won't say, I will rephrase it. Whether it's challenging or not is another...
You could look at it as an opportunity as well.
If you ask me, and if I were given a choice, what would I want to do? I would rather work with a 21-year-old because I'm not working with a fixed set of idea, fears, or an ego. It's lesser there with a 21-year-old. With many learned marketing managers who say it's the journey, it's their designation and it's not their journey. Their designations put this air, and it's very difficult. With a younger person, there is no ego. There is resistance. That resistance comes out of challenging your beliefs, which is interesting to deal with. But if I am working with a marketing person or a manager or a person who wants to invest 1 crore or 2 crores of media budget in an idea, that person comes with a lot of fears, a lot of preset ideas. This is the way it is to be done. The killer of creativity or new ideas is this one sentence. This is how it is supposed to be done. A young person doesn't say that.
Yeah, I think that's beautifully articulated, and so full marks to the up and coming, and also to the yet to be born beta generation, right? We better be ready for those people who are going to be born between now and 2047, because there will be AI embedded. There will be a lot of things that we're not used to at all. So, actually, just to kind of dovetail from the previous one, Zahir, do you think, and it is not meant as any kind of a not taking any pot shots or whatever it is, but do you think from that perspective, because of the fear, the anxiety, and the clinging on to the default, so to speak, the industry would have outsourced its creativity or courage to algorithms in the process?
This question itself has multi-layers. First of all, let's talk about the Gen Beta coming, or Gen Alpha now, or Gen Z, or the Millennials. Let's take 4 of these. We have made a big deal about terminologies, and this is an obsession today. Even when we eat, we say protein kha rahe hain, carbs kha rahe hain. We are saying we are eating. We don't say we are eating food. We are saying we are eating protein. We are eating, how much carbs? So I have never seen in my lifetime being obsessed with terminologies as much as today. And the same goes with generations. When you ask our parents, they used to say, Ye kya karen? We used to walk 15 kilometers. It's so easy for you. You have buses and you have trains to go to school and college. It's not
I
different.
know.
Oh, you guys are watching movies. We couldn't watch movies. There were no theaters. We had to read books. So, nothing really has changed. Nothing has changed. But definitely, technology, whatever we are doing, today we are using technology. This thing here, which has my voice reaching the camera, is technology. And it has certain amount of artificial intelligence embedded in it. We are meeting because of algorithms. You connected with someone who showed up at some time on your feed and something and something and something. So algorithms are good. It's like credit cards, boss, or a knife. We have to use our judgment on how to use it. We have lost. That is the conversation really we need to have. Not whether algorithms have come, we are going to doom scrolling. Yeah, it's a fact. How do we deal with it? Of course, doom scrolling is not good. I am not at any point
advocating that.
But we need advocacy. Beautiful word. I'm taking that word. We need advocacy for everything. We need good sense to prevail. And that is what actually you and I should be doing as a sensible generation. Instead of saying, if you tell a child, and I work with young people, if you tell a child, don't touch this, and this is bad for you, that child will definitely touch it. Right?
Yeah.
So, we should say, if you touch it, this may happen, but
feel free.
That child will start using agency.
What?
Or that human will use. I don't even want to say child or old and young, and ye labels bhi bahut, it's like protein and carbs and fats. So yeah.
So much. So sorry, just going off on a tangent.
Did that make sense?
Absolutely,
Was I able
absolutely.
to answer?
Yeah, I think far beyond the question. Thank you so much for that. And just on a lighter note, I also know of people when they have a plate of fried rice in front of them. Apart from actually using it for the posting on in a social media, some of them actually even end up singing, "Kaabo tumya koi asi baat."
This was coming. Kaab ho tum.
Yeah, kaabo tum. So, stating the obvious, right? We all are aware of the fact that we're a tech-driven, AI, algorithm, analytics-driven, obsessed rather, zeitgeist. Within that, wherein all this put together are able to kind of create probably one of the most refreshing Liril campaign or a tugging at the heartstrings Surf Excel campaign, whatever it is. And this is my wish list, probably there is a bias, so please feel free to push back. I still want human heart to have the competitive advantage. What is your reckoning on this?
I haven't understood it fully, so I have to admit you have to rephrase this question.
All right. So we are in a world of AI and all of that, right? Wherein AI can write scripts and concepts and deliver and do all the data insights and all of that, wherein they can actually create a beautiful, refreshing campaign for a Liril or for really, really emotional, tugging at the heartstrings campaign for a Surf Excel. And by design, I'm just embedding those examples. though I still want the human heart to have the biggest competitive advantage. Is that a fair expectation?
AI or any machine will create what is it will take from the past. It will do exactly like what I told you. I told ki this is how it is supposed to be done, so it will do that. And that really is the killer of creativity. What creates creativity? Creativity is created by glorious mistakes, by accidents, by emotions, by that अरे ये भी हो सकता है, चलो ये ट्राई करते हैं. Tell me one example of creativity which has happened.
Imperfection.
No, with somebody saying,
I
चलो
want to
यार
be creative.
कुछ अलग ट्राई करते हैं.
Right.
let's take pure creativity. Let's forget advertising and marketing, and let's take pure creativity. Let's take pure maths.
Yeah.
Somebody sits, or Einstein would be sky gazing and saying, ऐसा हुआ तो कैसा? And then they ask questions. They are pure imaginations. That will never be, and that comes totally from the heart and the mind. But that balance is there. And that really we should understand. That kaab ho tum ya your very bad joke, it should continue. Because that will create something funny. That is you. Suresh, that is you. The kind of jokes you crack, the kind of pauses I have. Some people say, "Arey, you speak so slowly," or "You speak so fast." That is me. Why should I be speaking like a machine? You see, AI has voiceovers, right? We know it's an AI voiceover. When students turn in their ChatGPT assignments, you know it is ChatGPT. While having said all this, I want to also say that get the voiceover from the AI bot or whatever you want to call it, and study it. It gives you a template and improve on it. What's wrong in doing that? You can be better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how you use it is important. Till we continue to be human and create mistakes and have that individuality. Yes, individuality.
Yeah.
Have this, do not cut this, because this is me. This is me. Right? We have that, we will always be better. The people who submit themselves to a machine will definitely suffer. The people who embrace it and say, I will use you, will do well.
That's beautifully summarized. Very, very beautifully summarized. I know it's your calling and what you're doing with the De Novo University. I'm just trying to understand, I'm sure even the audience would like to know, what are you trying to prepare the youth for there? You know, are you creating beautiful design thinkers, or are you looking at creating good human beings who also happen to be great design thinkers or ad makers or creators? What is the quest? And it's a fascinating area that you've got into, and my best wishes.
So, I'm going to take some time on this one because this is really something I wish to talk about. And this is something we spoke about yesterday. We chatted about it.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
said, there are enough people on your podcast who will talk about brands, who will talk about, and they are far more accomplished than me to talk about that. But like, what I am going to tell you, and I am going to tell you my journey, and I will tell you my learning, and I'm going to share this with everyone, and this will really help. Around 2019, and I had my own, after being in large agencies, I set up my own firm. Then I moved on. Once I set up my firm, I really didn't find anything that was enriching me. So one day, and my partner, my wonderful wife, and I really have to compliment her, and really without her support, I couldn't have done it. She said, you just do what your heart says, and you take this journey which you believe in, and do not worry about the money. I will be the breadwinner, and you just take this journey. We had a young child at that time. It's very difficult to let go of 30 years or 27 years of 30 years of work you've done, and all the luxuries that come, the 5-star hotels, the business class, everything, everything. I said, I will teach. From earning a lot of money to earning nothing. But and when I say this, I am getting goosebumps. From that time to today has been the most enriching part of my life. It has changed my life so thoroughly. And this journey has taught me a lot of things. So I became a teacher in my alma mater, which is Sir J.J. School of Arts. And I set up with a young bunch who were lesser than 20 years, 19-year-olds. And to my surprise, they were full of ideas. They were full of energy. They were rebellious. And we did not become teacher. I did not. And there is a beautiful thing I read. There was a Harvard professor. I know his name, so I cannot quote his name, but it is not my original thing. He said, gone are the days where the professor is the sage on the stage. He has to be a guide by the side.
Beautiful.
And this was my guiding thought. And I was sitting with them, and we had a great toolkit and a great hack to get to understand young people and teach them. And you know what that was? Lunch. We used to have lunch and dinner, and where I would just pick them up and take them to restaurants. पैसा खर्चा होता था. Advertising में कमाया. हिंदी चलेगा ना तुम्हारा?
बिल्कुल, of course.
I earned in advertising. Now I was spending. And when we were sitting across the table having masala dosa or pasta or Thai curry rice or whatever, and new things,
Yeah.
I could see them opening up and talking to me as their friends. And most of my students are Maharashtrians. Most of them, a bulk of them. And in Maharashtra, in Marathi, when you're speaking in Marathi, there is no aap. They say tu, even to their parents.
Parents, yeah.
Tu aisa kiya. So my students used to say, "Arey tu karna aisa. Arey tu kya kar raha hai? Tu." And if there were other
मी तुला सांगितलं ना.
ना मी तुला सांग. And the other students will say, "अरे ये तू कैसे बोल रहा है?" But जब तू बोलता था या तू बोलती थी,
Intimacy is better, no?
हम एक हो जाते थे. I learnt as much from them as they learned from me. So this journey has been quite exciting. So I started teaching. The biggest mistake I feel, and I said that this is going to be long and almost like a monologue, you can cut me and the biggest mistake I feel we all make is that we teach. We shouldn't be teaching.
Can you repeat that line because it is profound, you know?
Yes, we say we teach. It comes from a position of ego.
It's very top down and
Yes, we seek, both the teacher as well as the student are seeking. I am seeking a student and she is seeking a mentor. We are seeking each other. And this is one thing I learned, and really it just changed my life profoundly. Yes, profoundly. I did not tell, what will I or you or anybody teach this generation anything? Design thinking. अरे डेविड नॉर्मन हो गए, वो डैन नॉर्मन, सॉरी डॉन नॉर्मन, वो जो भी है.
you're talking about the IDEO guy?
IDEO guy. He comes to India quite often. The privileged can afford to meet him. His entire thing is available on online. Any Harvard professor is teaching design. It's available on. What will I give ज्ञान यार? मैं बोलूँगा ऐसा करो, ऐसा करो. And this is the mistake we are making as teachers, as gurus. So we should seek, and that's where the guide by the side really works. So I learned a lot. We worked together. They have a different way of working. We have a different way of working, and we should come together. And you give a child a mobile phone or this, they will figure out that mobile phone, what would have taken you 2 months, they would have figured it in 2 hours, because they are fearless. और उनके बाप का पैसा है, वो they are not worried about how expensive that is. They are free, and that's exactly the way the next gen is. They are free. Now, I was lucky. I must give this, and this is for all my lovely students who have taught me, and this is a tribute to you and a gratitude for you. My students, most of them, come from modest, middle class or lower middle class backgrounds. They work their butts off. JJ is a government college. They can work with their hands and their minds, and there is no privilege. Nobody is entitled, and it is so charming to see that. It is so beautiful to see that. अरे मैं इनको देख के, and they can do anything. and really they're blessed. Sometimes I feel crisis and the lack of facilities or comfort and all that. We talk about big Gyani saying, get out of their comfort zone. They are never in comfort. My students were never in comfort. And really, they taught me a lot. So today, I think of them when I am in comfort. So I have, and this is for you, all my lovely students. Ek pyar bhara puppy.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you know,
I hope this made sense.
It made a lot of sense, and I'll remain with that same, the demographic, they seem to come across as being impatient, very difficult to reach out to or get their attention off, Is that a myth? Is it a misnomer? What is the best way to understand and, beautifully co-inhabit with them,
I am impatient too. I am ADHD. so are many guys in the Silicon Valley. Impatience is, some people have a very low tolerance for bullshit. And the next generation has absolutely low tolerance. We consumed a lot of long form content we did. That generation has a choice of consuming long form content after they see a short form, after they see it in a swallow size. They are used to what I call gourmet, Michelin star gourmet restaurants, which give tasters. Chalo, you go to a fancy Michelin star restaurant, the food is this, right? This size. And that's exactly what the world has come to. Lack of patience is a problem. There is too much content. We didn't have that. So we cannot say we were more patient. If we were living in this environment and in this ecosystem, we would have complained, we would have been the same. Similar. Kya difference hota tha? Nothing. We didn't. When I was growing in a small town, we didn't have television. So there was a reader's library which was called Reader's Library. Creative name.
Very creative.
Reader's Library. So Reader's Library is where everyone went to because TV nahi hai.
To read.
No, I went because the girls used to come there. That was the motivation. Right? So we had to go there. There was on Thursday, the entire that area where I lived in Belgaum, the entire young people would go to the Sai Baba ka mandir. There was a Pav Bhaji wala and there was a college road. This was a 2-hour drill because all the girls would come with their mothers and udhar se अरे वो मेरे को देखी, वो तेरे को देखी, वो सब बकवास चलता था. हमारे पास दूसरा कुछ था नहीं. आज क्या है? आज तो मजेदार चीजें हैं. I am connected to someone in New York. I am connected to someone in Sweden. I have too many things. So definitely I'll be distracted. Right. So we were less distracted compared to them is such a, I don't understand that we are just living in a different era. Yeah. So yeah.
We were trying to retrofit an apples to apples when it is actually not at all.
It is not and we shouldn't be.
So true.
I find sometimes I tell these young people, अरे हम लोग लड़की को पटाने के लिए कितना ट्राई मारते थे यार. ओ ये करके वो करके and it was difficult. Today it is Tinder hai, Aisle hai, and it is accepted. It is on shadi.com there is क्या FW B कुछ लिखा है, फ्रेंड्स विद बेनिफिट ऐसा शादी.com में, मीन्स एक we'll just check it out and then देखेंगे. ये सब है, आज का ज़माना वैसा है.
It's no longer taboo.
No, it's the new
New
system.
normal.
It's the new system. It's the new world. It's the new age. And Gen Beta will have a different age. The millennials who will be the parents of the Gen Beta will be complaining about that, as the boomers are complaining about the Gen Z. So ye, or the Gen Alpha. So ye complaining is a common human trait, and as long as humans keep creating mistakes, as long as humans commit mistakes, we'll create, and as long as we complain, we will not move.
So you have a fascination, I love the thing that you actually mentioned about learning and seeking from this demographic and this audience. Since there is so much of understanding and you create a beautiful two-way street for soaking in and absorbing as much as sharing and giving. Were you to be given an opportunity to launch a product or a service in this day and age for that audience, what would that product or service be? That is one. And B, how will you conceptualize a campaign for that? And I guess this will come straight from the heart.
Soft skills. Soft skills is the need for today. Human connections is a need for today. Working with hands is a need for today. Making mistakes is a need for today. Reading a poem and discussing a poem is a need for today. All these are potential markets. Discussing philosophy is a need for today. Discussing thought is a need. So all these, I feel, working with young generation is an absolute need. And it will surely help them because they already have the technology. With this, we'll have a better world. Just to be better human beings. Kindness. Now, बहुत सारे गुरु लोग spiritual दुकान जिनका खुला है बोल सकते हैं, oh, we have to be kind, empathetic and all that. But really, this should be happening at the teacher level, at a parent level. And the sages on the stages definitely need to, the stages should be out actually. And before I forget, and this is something you may not ask or you may ask, but it has come to me, so I'm going to say this, Suresh. There is nobody asks how a teacher, once a teacher becomes a teacher, does that teacher keep learning or does that teacher stop learning? If we see really, this is the problem of tomorrow. And we have fake, like how we have in corporate, in marketing, oh, day away, let's have a brand day, outbound, team building.
Off the grid.
Bakwas. The
Bakwas, not makwas, bakwas.
Biggest bullshit which has been traded for years. Learning and development, team building, all these are continuous process.
can't just
We have
earmark
it.
one day in a year to do that. You know?
एक दिन हैप्पी आज एनिवर्सरी के दिन मेरे बीवी को मैं it's exactly
That's
the
my
same.
grouse with the Valentine's Day also. No?
Yes.
What about the other 364 days?
Yeah, exactly. अरे एनिवर्सरी हैप्पी एनिवर्सरी फूल चॉकलेट ये वो बाकी के दिन एक चाय अरे सुनती हो चाय लाना मैं थका हुआ हूँ अरे तू के
I know, exactly.
तुम भी थकी होगी तो वो ये जो हम करते हैं ना फेकरी ये बंद करना चाहिए.
The entitlement.
So let me come back. We have digressed a bit. We need continuous learning for this generation, for the next generation to change. Continuous change for us. And that this is my experience talking. Because the day I dropped my ego, that I know everything, and I learned a lot. And today I feel free. Today on Instagram, I'm connected to so many people and I get so much love. I put something yesterday and young people are telling me, sir, come and meet me. Sir, come and teach me. And that is because I dropped that thing. So I find it extremely difficult to be on LinkedIn, and I'm clunky there. I'm not saying anything. LinkedIn mein, but so I put an interesting post on LinkedIn that there is one guy. In fact, I put it as a visual drawing. You can see it. There is one guy in a suit, and who's holding something, and the other guy in another suit, okay, holding something, and they're holding actually a hammock in which I am sleeping. So I am saying this is LinkedIn for me. There are employment seekers and there are employment givers, and this is me in between relaxing. मेरे को मैं वही हूँ. So one thing definitely our generation do is we should continuously learn. We should share our knowledge and we should share our mistakes. Ki this is where we screwed up, which we do not. How many people, how many of us share our failures? The next generation needs to know how we dealt with our failures. Because where I talk about the soft skills. So we did an interesting thing in with the JJ students, and I used to have these failure parties. We used to call a cake, and we should say, let's, because really our system is all about achievement. You cannot achieve anything till you try. Everything is a process. So when we used to celebrate our failures, we enjoyed the process far more. And we created some beautiful things. Yes.
What I hear you saying, Zahir, is when we embrace the new, we enhance the old.
Yes.
Have I got it right?
Yes. When we embrace the new, you drop the baggage of the old. Rather,
Yeah, baggage.
there is a baggage of हमारे ज़माने में ऐसा हुआ करता था.
That sounds like Bide from Tarak Mehta. You know,
Yeah, yaar. वो you saw that Rocky and
Rani.
ऐसा ही होता है, that Jaya Bachchan character who says हम जो भी whatever the surname. Usually it is Oberoi or all the rich peoples are called Oberoi
Or Malhotra's. Or Malhotras.
or Man Singhania or Singhania Saab.
Singhania, yeah.
Singhania Saab ki beti.
Don't forget those 14 company, that board also.
Yes. So, हमारे ज़माने में ऐसा होता था is exactly like this is how it is to be done. At home, then this is an interesting thing.
That is greenwashing of a different kind, I feel. हमारे ज़माने में.
Yeah, it is. At homes, it is. हमारे ज़माने में ऐसा होता था, ऐसा ही होता है at homes. In boardrooms, no, this is the way it is. Processes. ऐसा सारा action to action mark है. Processes. Yeah, but
So little wonder the digital natives and millennials justifiably are saying, अभी ज़माने को दिखाना है. Right?
Yeah.
Enough of this हमारे ज़माने वाला.
देखो भाई, tell me, were all of us so great? Only maybe a very minuscule percentage did well. None of us became Dhirubhai Ambani's or X, Y, Z or whatever, right? Or we didn't. We did well. And similarly, the next generation. But there are some young 18-year-olds who are running startups. We are seeing that. The Zuckerberg was in college when he started this. All these guys, Google, everything was a college project. And the next generation is doing that. Even as we speak, there is this new generation which is brimming with ideas and doing wonderful things. You're talking about, we not you. बुरा मत मानना, आज होली है.
आज it's a very holy day, yeah. It's your birthday.
अरे बाप रे, इतना पंच है ना, हाँ? We met.
Sorry to sound it like a Panvati maybe.
This is the most free-flowing podcast of yours because there are two madmen who have gone with bad jokes.
Reinvented the madman era,
Yes,
maybe.
yeah. So we met last Sunday. We met young Gen Z group which is running a club called Goregaon Reads.
Goregaon?
Reads,
okay.
They read them and we went for coffee and there was there. Now, I want to ask all our wonderful generation, तुम लोग ये कब करते थे भाई? And then you complain, this generation doesn't read. Damn, they are reading. And then I asked them, where are the other reads? They said Mulund has a read, Borivali has a read, Kanjurmarg has a read. There was a 9-year-old girl. I have put this on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. This is a plug. Please follow zahirmirza.in. I will use his space to plug my Insta.
It's a plug and a socket both. So why don't you tell them the handle, What is your handle?
Zahir Mirza at Instagram, ZAHIRMIRZA.
Yeah, I was going to tell you to spell it because I spelled it wrong first. I spelled it as ZAHER.
Yeah. So there's a girl, and you must watch this video, jokes apart. This girl, I asked her, why do you read? And she says that I read because it helps my mind calm down. 9-year-old girl. Wow, goose pimple moment. So this sounds like an, advertisement for the next generation. It is. I love them. I am learning from them. They are my teachers.
They're the best returns on investment of time and
Now,
sharing
let me also maybe this is a question you should be asking me. Uh, how can the industry, tell me, people learning, and you spoke about AI, you spoke about algorithms, you spoke about jobs being taken away. There are so many people who are learning design. There are so many people who are learning mass communication. There are so many people learning advertising. Most of the jobs are going to be outsourced, right? You know what should be done? People like you and I and the older generation should be actually connecting with the next generation to give them hacks on what to do, because we do know a few things. It's not that we do not, we know a lot of things, our generations do know, but we should be open enough to share that. So I was telling you, a teacher, when he becomes a teacher or she becomes a teacher, that's the day they stop learning. I continue. There are other podcasts I have said the same, and it may sound like a repeat, but I will continue till this whole thing. We stop learning. We have fake faculty development. It is a continuous learning process. How many of us are taking courses on AI? How many of us are learning prompt engineering? We have said, oh, that you all do, we know more than you. If we learn that, we can teach them better. We can tell them how to use it. So that's it.
Yeah, I think that 9-year-old does, काफी काम की बात की actually. That 9-year-old actually, her response काफी काम का बात था एकदम.
Absolutely.
Because that also gives you a trend and a handle into how that generation is thinking, especially considering what we touched upon offline yesterday. The grappling with mental health issues and anxiety issues and stuff like that, right? I think if there is a space that is created where there is a room for radical candor, right? And it's like, I always say that, why is it DEI that they come only into corporates and talk? It should be a K-12 play,
Yes.
right? Right from grade 1 or KG or whatever it is. At 30, 35, it's very difficult to change their impression.
Yes.
Right? Behavior change is very difficult at that age. DEI should be a nomenclature. It should be part of the curriculum right from K-12, right?
Right.
So you've done so many campaigns and conceptualized for brands, okay? And there is always this usage of words like consumers and customers and data and insights and all of that. But don't you think that when you strip all of it away, you're actually kind of trying to engage, influence, enable, facilitate, inspire, motivate a human being?
Yes. Even when you strip away every label, I always say we are only two things. We strip religion, gender, everything. Even humans are only two things: transmitters and receivers.
Nice.
We are transmitting and we are receiving. Some of it is verbal, some of it is non-verbal. We are just continuously, like the way you are dressed, you're transmitting something. Like the way I'm dressed, I'm transmitting something. My body language itself is transmitting something. The way I speak, the intonations is so we are transmitters and receivers. Marketers should definitely understand that. And today, the next generation of brand building and all that, brands itself are changing. Look, when Unilever or Hindustan Lever at that time, there was one Surf Excel and there was a ghadi, or there was one. Let's take skincare. Let's move.
Glow and Lovely, or
Let's take Fair and Lovely, or let's take, it was called Fair and Lovely.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm not. Then it became Glow and Lovely. Or there was one toothpaste, or today there, and then one shampoo. I'm the wrong person to talk about shampoo.
No, but I like, while I envy you because you've let your hair down,
I have to meet you separately for one evening just for bad joke.
You decided to let your hair down. You're talking about Sunsilk.
There was Clinic Plus. There was Sunsilk, and big market share, and then there was in Kavin Care came up with Chick shampoo, right, and which finally was gobbled up by these, and then of course L'Oreal's and the other big players came. But look at today, look at the market today. There are small brands in Bangalore which are creating shampoo. There are small brands in somewhere in Pune creating shampoo and skincare, and they are doing well, and they are getting loyalty. And people do not care whether they are coming from big houses or small. People, this generation, and this is where really marketers should understand, the product is far more important than the thematic. वो ठीक है, अच्छा है, थम्स अप में वो आग लगी है और तुम जंप मार के यू आर रैपलिंग एंड ऑल दैट, इट्स ग्रेट एंटरटेनमेंट, बट विल दैट मेक मी बाय अ प्रोडक्ट? Probably not. Look, was this ever taught in advertising agencies, schools or MBA, wherever I am, kahan bhi bolo, कि opening a product, unboxing a product could be a big thing, where the product itself is the hero. Unboxing. Kids in US have made money just by unboxing Lego boxes or unboxing unboxing has become a thing.
That is true out of the box, right?
Out of the box, yes. So because jokes apart, for this generation, product क्या है important है. If a young person was to buy a phone, they will not buy a phone just because the ad says so, or just because iPhone is a great,
or a celebrity is selling it,
or a celebrity selling. They will buy it because they will see peer review, they will see the technical aspects, they will see the specific needs they have, the pixels, whether it records at this time, whether the night time, because she will look at her life that I spend a lot of time, I come from my work at this time and I get great shots in the night and I need so she will, if iPhone is not giving you that, she will not consider that. So all these are, they are absolutely discerning customers or consumers we are talking about. We are not talking about people who do not know. हम लोग को, we are a generation which said ऐसा करोगे soap इसमें बादाम है and it will make you a film star, and we believed it. This generation won't, because they have evolved. I'm not saying we were wrong, because being a film star was a big deal. Today it's not. Today it is not.
Yeah.
And look at the jobs today. I'm sure, Suresh, you are an outlier, so am I. We outlier purely because we were in advertising, marketing, publication, media and all that, which were not jobs. नहीं तो क्या, engineering, medical and a government job. And government job also, armed forces, IAS, IP, वही. But look at the jobs today. RJ, influencer, hairstylist.
I know.
I mean, stylist.
Food stylist.
Food stylist. And this is, many people say it is for the entitled or the privileged and all that. Entitled can think of it, but look at our market itself, our field. Some of the best makeup artists today come from absolutely modest background, and they have risen up, and they are doing so well. They are earning up to 1.5-2 lakhs a day. So it's a new world. It is a brave new world. It's a fascinating new world, and every day I open a new door to this world.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Sorry, I'm doing a bit of excavation, permit me. So, you brought in a lot of humanity into Kingfisher's feeling and ICICI Lombard's balance sheets, if one can do that to a balance sheet. What would your advice be? And there are a lot of people who might be wanting to come into the industry or already in the industry. How do you inject true humanity into what you're trying to do in a concept or a campaign? Based on what you've done in the past and based on what the current landscape is all about.
Only get your humanity. Only be human. Only come with your mistakes. Come with your jokes. Come with your
rawness.
Come with your
no filters.
No, don't come fake. Fake is out. Come with actually I think it's McCann's line or which is a beautiful line, truth well told. I think
right.
It is McCann.
One of the news channels?
No. It's either McCann or Leubanet. I think it's McCann.
Okay.
Truth well told. Either McCann or Leubanet. I may be wrong, but it's a line which was advertising. But actually, truth well told is what will survive, and I like it. We have to come with brutal honesty. We have to come with our vulnerabilities.
Vulnerability is a huge comparative advantage, actually.
It is.
Because it is at a premium.
It is at a premium. And that is what is going to make because that is what will make us understand better than a machine.
So what I infer from your wisdom, Zahir, is that it's like brands having the courage to stand naked in their own truth.
I like the word you used, wisdom, with me. This is the first time somebody has used, I am aging.
Coming from the kingdom of wisdom, does it make it better?
Sorry, I digressed. What was the question?
So no, what I distilled from what you mentioned was about the brands having the courage to stand naked in their own truth.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
To appeal to the audiences, because then it becomes relatable.
Yes.
Right? Then it becomes attainable.
Yes.
Then it is a quest, that I can go after. There is a thrill of the chase. And then there is an afterglow, whatever it is. That's the linear sequence, But I think in terms of getting the respect and the attention first, that is your most onerous task in that journey. So, yeah, I think, that's well articulated. So we have come to that stage when, Zahir, now we do what is a rapid fire, lightning bolt, lightning rod, or whatever we might want to call it, So there is so much of thunder before this, we want some lightning, just to complement. Otherwise, lightning should not feel left out. So there I also am entitled to read from my note. Okay, so I'll be looking at the note because I can't remember. There are 5 questions, lightning bolt. Okay. No time to think, just the first thing that comes to your heart, not your head. Okay. Boardroom table or classroom desk?
Classroom desk.
Emphatic. That's so well said. Copywriter's pen or the student stylus?
Student stylus.
A perfectly written creative brief or a student's question that makes no sense?
Second one.
I'm stating the obvious, right? Sorry.
Yeah, it's like
The legacy of linters or the potential of de novo?
Neither. The smell of a desk of a municipal school, which has no facilities but just raw ideas and fearlessness.
Brilliant. If your career were a headline, veteran sells soap or teacher builds minds, which one would you opt for?
Teacher
Builds minds.
who's learning.
Okay. So that's a very humble yet very
No,
real.
it's not. No, it sounds humble. It's
No, I was just completing humble but real articulation of what you are as a person.
It may sound fake, but it is really the truth. Two of my friends, and I will mention them on this podcast,
Please name them, yeah.
Tanvi and Rithi, were my students.
Yes.
I have learned so much from them, and today they work with me as partners in what we are building, a product for the future. So this is only because I am learning, and this is not because I am great. It is because I acknowledge that I do not know. You know, this generation has this IDK. I don't know. They use it. IDK. IDK. Actually, our generation should use that.
We use only ID. The dosa batter and the dosa idli batter, Yeah. IDK is much better.
IDK. I don't know, and that's what we should.
Yeah, I think that's a beautiful place to sum up this wonderful conversation, Zahir. And you always have this candid confession that you do all this not because you're great. I suspect you do all this because you're grateful.
Yes, I am grateful. I have had a wonderful life. Since it's my birthday today,
we don't reveal that he is turned 28 today, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, 26?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah.
So now you just, I feel that every single day I have not grown. I'm still learning. I'm only, अरे ये क्या है, क्यूरियस है, अरे ऐसा कैसा बनता है, ये ऐसा, बस वैसा ही जीता हूँ, and then I sleep. If I want to end this, and this will,
it's an ongoing conversation, but for technical reasons we'll end it here, but the conversation will continue.
But I will end it with few things I do.
Please.
Which I evangelize actually. I do 5 things. The first thing is every day I sit and I create 5 new things, whatever it may be. So this podcast is what I have created today, right? 2 is I read at least 50 pages every day. 3 is I write 20 pages or 20 pages every day. 4th is I call up a few friends, just at least 5 of them.
Wow.
To make connections. And 6 is I focus completely on my health and I review that. So these are the 5 things I do.
That's wonderful. I think we should all give Zahir the high five for that pearls of wisdom that he just dropped. Thank you, Zahir, for sharing your sob story with us. It was wonderful. Thank you so much.
I love the sob story.
Thank you.